Did you know that the way you store your food could be silently harming your health after 70? It's shocking, but some foods you've been keeping in your refrigerator might actually be losing their nutrients, causing digestive issues, or even increasing your risk of serious illness. On the other hand, there are certain foods that absolutely must be kept cold to stay safe and keep you strong and energized. In this video, we're diving into the 3 foods seniors should never refrigerate and the 3 you must keep cold to protect your health and feel your best. These aren't just opinions, they're backed by science and real-world experience. Stay with me until the end because I'm also sharing a bonus tip that most seniors overlook, and it could be the key to making your meals safer and more nutritious with one simple change. If you want to stay healthy, active, and independent well into your 80s, you don't want to miss this. Now, let's get started. Let's start with a story. Meet Barbara, a 73-year-old retiree who thought she was doing everything right with her diet. She stocked her fridge with all her favorite foods, believing she was keeping them fresh and safe. But over the past year, she started feeling bloated after meals, her energy was low, and she even had a scary bout of food poisoning. When she talked to a nutritionist, she was stunned to learn that some of the foods she was refrigerating were losing their health benefits or even becoming harmful, while others she left out were spoiling too fast. Barbara's story isn't uncommon. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to food quality, and how we store our food can make a huge difference in how we feel. The good news? By avoiding the wrong storage habits and embracing the right ones, you can boost your energy, protect your digestion, and keep your body strong. So, let's dive into the 3 foods you should never refrigerate if you're over 70. First up, tomatoes. You might be thinking, tomatoes? I've always kept them in the fridge. But here's the truth, refrigerating tomatoes is one of the worst things you can do for their flavor and nutrition. Tomatoes are packed with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that protects your heart and reduces inflammation. 2 things seniors need to stay healthy. But studies from the Journal of Food Science show that cold temperatures break down lycopene and other nutrients, leaving you with a less nutritious tomato. Refrigeration also ruins their texture, turning them mushy and mealy, which can make them harder to digest for older adults with sensitive stomachs. Think about John, a 75-year-old who loved his tailored tomato salad. He always stored his tomatoes in the fridge, but he noticed they tasted bland and left him feeling bloated. When he started keeping them on the counter, his salads became tastier, his digestion improved, and he felt more energized. To keep tomatoes at their best, store them at room temperature, away from direct sunlight, and use them within a week. Your heart, your taste buds, and your stomach will thank you. If you're still watching and finding this valuable, please comment tomatoes below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move on to the second food you should never refrigerate: onions. Onions are a kitchen staple, but storing them in the fridge is a big mistake. Cold, humid conditions in the refrigerator cause onions to absorb moisture, turning them soft, moldy, and prone to bacterial growth. Research from the National Onion Association shows that refrigerated onions can spoil faster and even contaminate other foods with their strong odor. For seniors, this is a problem. Spoiled onions can cause digestive upset or worse, foodborne illnesses, which hit older adults harder because of weaker immune systems. Let's look at Susan, a 72-year-old who kept her onions in the fridge drawer. She started noticing stomach cramps after eating her favorite soups, and her doctor traced it back to moldy onions. When Susan switched to storing onions in a cool, dry pantry, her soups tasted better and her stomach issues disappeared. Store whole onions in a mesh bag or basket in a dry, well-ventilated spot, and only refrigerate them after they're cut. This simple change will keep your onions fresh and your meals safe. If you're still with me, please comment onions below to let me know you're here. Let's talk about the third food to keep out of the fridge: honey. Honey is nature's sweetener, packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation and support immunity, perfect for seniors looking to stay healthy. But refrigerating honey is a mistake that can ruin its benefits. Cold temperatures cause honey to crystallize, making it grainy and hard to use. More importantly, Studies from the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry show that refrigeration can reduce honey's antioxidant content over time, stripping away its health-boosting power. For older adults who rely on nutrient-dense foods to stay strong, this is a big loss. Plus, crystallized honey can be tough to digest, especially for those with sensitive stomachs. Take Robert, a 76-year-old who loved a spoonful of honey in his tea. He kept his jar in the fridge, but it turned hard and gritty, and he noticed it upset his stomach. When he started storing honey in a cupboard, it stayed smooth and flavorful, and he felt better after his tea. Keep honey in a tightly sealed jar at room temperature, away from heat and light, and it'll stay fresh for years. This small tweak will keep your honey nutritious and delicious. If you're still watching, please comment honey below to let me know you're here. Now that we've covered the 3 foods to never refrigerate, tomatoes, onions, and honey, let's shift gears to the 3 foods you absolutely must keep cold to stay healthy after 70. These foods are prone to spoilage or nutrient loss if left out, and keeping them chilled will protect your body and boost your energy. First on the list, leafy greens like spinach and lettuce. Leafy greens are nutritional powerhouses loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, which support your immune system, bones, and heart. But they're also highly perishable. Studies from the Journal of Food Protection show that leafy greens left at room temperature can harbor dangerous bacteria like E. coli and salmonella within hours, posing a serious risk for seniors with weaker immune systems. Refrigeration slows bacterial growth and preserves nutrients, keeping greens fresh and safe. Think about Mary, a 74-year-old who loved her spinach salads but often left her greens on the counter. She had a scary bout of food poisoning that landed her in the hospital. When she started storing spinach and lettuce in the fridge's crisper drawer, she stayed healthy and felt more energized. To keep greens fresh, wrap them in a paper towel and store them in a perforated plastic bag in the fridge. Aim to eat them within a week, and you'll be giving your body a daily dose of health. If you're still with me, please comment leafy greens below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support keeps us going. Let's move on to the second must-refrigerate food: fresh berries. Berries like strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries are packed with antioxidants that protect your brain and heart, reducing the risk of cognitive decline and heart disease, 2 major concerns for seniors. But berries are delicate and spoil quickly at room temperature. A study from the Journal of Food Science found that unrefrigerated berries can develop mold and lose up to 50% of their antioxidants within a day. For seniors, eating spoiled berries can cause digestive issues or foodborne illness, which can be dangerous. Let's look at Carol, a 71-year-old who loved snacking on blueberries but often left them on her kitchen counter. She started noticing stomach upset and threw out moldy berries regularly. When she began storing them in the fridge, her berries stayed fresh, and she felt sharper and more energized. Store berries in their original container or a breathable container in the fridge, and rinse them just before eating to prevent moisture buildup. Aim for a handful of berries a day, and you'll be boosting your health with every bite. If you're still watching, please comment berries below to let me know you're here. Now, let's talk about the third must-refrigerate food: cooked grains like rice and quinoa. Cooked grains are a great source of fiber and energy, but they're also a breeding ground for bacteria if not stored properly. Research from the Journal of Food Safety shows that cooked rice and quinoa, left at room temperature, can grow Bacillus cereus, a bacteria that causes food poisoning, within hours. For seniors, whose immune systems are less robust, this can lead to serious illness. Refrigeration stops bacterial growth and keeps grains safe to eat. Think about James, a 77-year-old who loved making big batches of rice for the week. He'd leave them on the counter, but he started feeling nauseous after meals. His doctor warned him about improper storage, so James began refrigerating his cooked grains right after cooling. His stomach issues vanished, and he had more energy for his daily walks. To keep cooked grains safe, let them cool slightly, then store them in an airtight container in the fridge, and eat within 4 days. Reheat only what you need and you'll have a healthy, safe staple for your meals. If you're still with me, please comment grains below to let me know you're here. By now you know the 3 foods to never refrigerate: tomatoes, onions, and honey, and the 3 to always keep cold: leafy greens, berries, and cooked grains. But I promised you a bonus tip that most seniors overlook, and this one could make your meals even safer and more nutritious. Here it is. Check your fridge temperature regularly. It sounds simple, but many seniors don't realize their refrigerator might not be cold enough to keep food safe. The FDA recommends keeping your fridge at or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit to slow bacterial growth and preserve nutrients. A study from the Journal of Food Protection found that fridges above this temperature can double the risk of food spoilage, leading to illness or nutrient loss. Let's look at Linda, a 73-year-old who stored all her food properly but still felt sluggish. Her nutritionist checked her fridge and found it was set too warm. When Linda adjusted it to 38 degrees, her food stayed fresher and she felt more energized. To make this easy, buy a cheap fridge thermometer and check it monthly. Adjust your fridge's dial if needed, and keep the door closed as much as possible to maintain a steady temperature. This one change can protect every food you store. If you're still watching and loving these tips, please comment fridge below to let me know you're here. Let's take a moment to reflect. How you store your food can make or break your health after 70. Keeping tomatoes, onions, and honey out of the fridge preserves their nutrients and flavor, giving your body the antioxidants and energy it needs. Storing leafy greens, berries, and cooked grains in the fridge keeps them safe and nutritious, protecting your immune system and digestion. And checking your fridge temperature ensures everything you eat is working for you, not against you. But here's the real key: consistency. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Move your tomatoes to the counter today. Check your fridge temperature tomorrow. Build these habits, and you'll feel stronger and healthier with every meal. Let's go back to Barbara, our 73-year-old from the start. After learning about proper food storage, she made changes. She stopped refrigerating tomatoes, onions, and honey and started keeping her spinach, berries, and cooked rice in the fridge. She also bought a fridge thermometer to make sure everything was at the right temperature. 3 months later, Barbara wasn't just feeling better, she was thriving. Her bloating was gone, her energy was up, and she could enjoy her meals without worry. Barbara's story shows what's possible when you store your food the right way. And the best part? These changes are simple. You don't need fancy gadgets or hours in the kitchen. A counter for tomatoes, a pantry for onions, a fridge for greens. These are things you can do today. If you're still with me, please comment Barbara below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support keeps us going. Now, let's address a common question. What if you don't have enough fridge space? Or you're worried about food going bad? Maybe your fridge is small, or you're on a fixed budget and can't afford waste. Don't worry. There are solutions. For leafy greens and berries, buy smaller amounts and eat them quickly to avoid spoilage. Frozen greens and berries are just as nutritious and last longer, making them a great backup. For cooked grains, portion them into small containers so you only reheat what you need. And if fridge space is tight, prioritize the must-chill foods and keep others like tomatoes and onions in a cool pan. Think about Tom, a 76-year-old on a tight budget. He thought proper storage was too complicated until he started buying frozen spinach and small batches of berries. He'd store them in his small fridge and keep onions in a basket. Tom saved money, reduced waste, and felt healthier. Smart storage doesn't have to be hard. It's about working with what you have. If you're still watching, please comment smart storage below to let me know you're here. We're almost at the end, but I want to share one final story to inspire you. Meet Evelyn, a 79-year-old who thought her energy was gone for good. She was tired, achy, and worried about getting sick from her food. Her daughter showed her a study about food storage and health, so Evelyn decided to try. She stopped refrigerating tomatoes, onions, and honey, and made sure her greens, berries, and grains were always chilled. She also checked her fridge temperature weekly. 6 months later, Evelyn was a different person. She could garden again. Her digestion was better, and she felt sharper than she had in years. Evelyn's story proves that it's never too late to change how you store your food and change your life. You don't have to be perfect, just start where you are. If you're still with me, please comment "never too late" below to let me know you're here. Now, for our final thoughts. You've learned that keeping tomatoes, onions, and honey out of the fridge preserves their nutrients and protects your health. You've discovered that leafy greens, berries, and cooked grains must be refrigerated to stay safe and nutritious. You know that checking your fridge temperature is a simple way to make every meal work harder for you. Most importantly, you've seen that small, consistent changes can lead to big results. Think about the life you want. To keep cooking your favorite meals, walking with ease, or enjoying time with your family? Every tomato on the counter, every chilled berry, every properly stored grain is a step toward that life. Here's my challenge to you. Tonight, take one small step. Maybe it's moving your tomatoes to the counter, storing your spinach in the fridge, or checking your fridge temperature. Just pick one thing and do it. Then tomorrow, do it again. Share this video with someone you care about, a friend, a sibling, a child, who can benefit from these tips. Together, you can support each other to eat safer and live better. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, and reading your comments gives us the motivation to keep going. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.